Hi, everybody. Just wanted to talk real quickly as you're reviewing the syllabus and the material presented in the Start Here module. Um, One of the things you'll see is that during the course of the semester, we'll be doing discussion board assignments. I wanted to talk a little bit about the discussion board rubric, which once again you can see right there in the Start Here module. But I wanted to discuss the components of it and the intention behind it and how to maximize your performance on these assignments. So again, if you open up the starter rubric, you'll see that it's divided up into three sections, three different grading types: content, citation, and feedback. And in each of the assignments, you'll see that basically I present a discussion topic for you to that's based on for you to discuss that's based on the lectures, the lecture videos that you'll be watching. So my discussion of material both from the Heiner text as well as just other, other materials, other topics, other sources. And then there'll be a video that presents to you the discussion board assignment. So, for example, discussion board one, there'll be a video for that, and I will explain to you what I'd like you to do for that. So, content basically means how well you address and demonstrate to me your comprehension of the materials that we're talking about in the course. If you basically demonstrate to me you understand what we're talking about and can relate it either to some of the topics we've discussed in class or in some of my discussion board assignments, I'll ask you for your own examples. But basically, you're letting me know you understand the things that we've talked about in the course. And that can either come from your understanding, like I said, of the actual lectures themselves, or your readings either in the assigned textbook or other sources. Citation is the second part, and basically what that is as in all things sociological. We just don't walk around making statements of fact or expressing opinions that we can't back up with research. Okay. So that requires you to cite sources. Okay. As you'll see from the rubric, it basically says a minimum of two sources. That is a minimum. Anytime you cite information from a source that is not exclusively your own thoughts, then you must attach some type of citation to that to demonstrate to me where you got that. Obviously, for all intents and purposes, the two sources that you'll probably cite the most are the video lectures, which again, there's material in the Start Here module that we'll discuss how to cite those, as well as the text itself. Okay, but you can go for information from any source. So if you're looking for something to support a statement that you're making and you do a search on it on the internet, or you look in a specific book, a journal article, whatever else it is, you need to develop, you need to introduce and present a citation for that information. So you could say, according to et cetera, the world population is this at this time, and then a citation, just basically saying you identified where you got that information from. Um, Again, this is a social sciences class, so American Psychological Association, or APA format, is the mode that we use here. I recognize for many of you who, in your English or communications or other writing classes, you may have learned MLA, and are, going to need to now make somewhat of a shift over to APA format. It's similar, but it's got some intricacies and differentiations to it. Again, I often joke in my classes, I apologize for that. It's not my intention that we have all sorts of different citation formats. Sometimes if you go to specific colleges, they have their own formation or format uh, for citations and resources. So it's an unfortunate aspect of modern academia, but there you have it. So it is important that you understand how to format things correctly in APA. Once again, we have an embedded librarian who's able to help you. I'm glad to answer any questions about that, as well as looking at the many resources that will be presented in the Start Here module regarding APA format. And then the fourth part of the rubric is feedback. Okay, that is your opportunity to provide others in the class who have submitted discussion board posts with what I call insightful feedback. And what do I mean by insightful? Something above and beyond good job, or, yeah, or, great post. What I'd like you to do is read other people's posts in some depth and understand the arguments they're making. You may disagree with something that somebody's put in one of their posts, and that's completely fine. Obviously, we want to remain professional and respectful with one another. You may see somebody's post and that makes you think about your own post in a different way, or a topic that you hadn't thought about in a certain way, and you may give them feedback on that. Wow, I really appreciate the way you said this. That is different than my experience. However, dot dot dot. Those kind of things. You may very well agree with somebody, but again, I would want it to be a little more in depth and insightful than just, like I said, yeah, right on, good job, whatever else it is. So, a minimum of 2 citations to other people's posts. What that typically means is, again, there will always be a weekly deadline for these posts, but I'd like everybody to put them up in a timely fashion so that other people have the opportunity to give your post feedback. If you're posting at the very last second, minutes before the deadline, it's very unlikely that anybody else who also wants to meet the deadline for the entire assignment, which includes giving feedback, is going to be able to look at your post. So if you would like people, and I hope you all would, it's a very enjoyable, rewarding experience to see how other people feel about the hard work you put on these posts, then please post them in advance of the deadline to give people that opportunity. So, content, citation, feedback. Those are the 3 elements of the discussion board rubric. If anybody has any questions, obviously, please come and see me during office hours or send me an email or schedule to meet with me. All right. Thank you.